Now in this video we will see the force analysis of straight bevel gear. Okay, so let us say here the bevel pinion is this one and bevel gear is here. Okay, so here it is a bevel gear and this one is a bevel pinion. Okay, so here we are assuming that the resultant tooth force between the mating teeth is concentrated at midpoint of the face width here. Okay, so at midpoint of the face width, but in actual it occurs between the midpoint and the large end here, because in between this somewhere here it will occur actually, but it is for making this assumption a very small error will be there. Okay, so for this analysis purpose we are assuming that the total tooth force is acting at the midpoint of the bevel gear here. Okay, now let us say this is the resultant force. Okay, so resultant force is divided in two components here. Okay, so resultant force will be resolved in two components. One component will be the tangential component, second component will be separating force. Okay, we will call it as separating force PS. Okay, so now if suppose here in case of spur gear and helical gear, we have seen the tangential component on driving member opposes the rotation. Okay, so now here it is the driving member, pinion is a driving member and is rotating in clockwise direction, and tangential force will act opposes the rotation. So tangential force will act here, and this is the separating force. We are calling this separating force because this separating component will try to separate out bevel, pinion and gear. Okay, so this separating component will try to separate bevel, pinion and gear, so that's why we are calling this as separating force. Okay, now this separating force on pinion is again divided in two components. It is resolved in two components. One will be the axial component, second is a radial component. Now axial components will act along the axis and radial component will act towards the center. Okay, now if you talk about the gear, so similarly here the P is a resultant force, PS is the separating force and PT is nothing but the tangential component. Now in this case the tangential component assists the rotation, means here the direction of rotation will be like this. Okay, on driven member it assists the rotation. So tangential component, separating force, separating component, or this is the resultant force P. Now separating force is again resolved in two components. One is axial force on gear, second one is a radial force on gear. Radial force will act towards the center, axial force will act along the axis of the shaft. Okay, so in this way these are the different forces acting on the acting on bevel gear. Now we'll go in detail about the forces, so we'll see one by one. So the resultant force is resolved in two components. First is tangential component and second is separating force, separating component. Okay, now tangential component will call it as PT and separating force PS. Okay, now separating force is again divided in two components. First one is a radial force or a radial component, you can call it as PR, and second component is axial component or PA. Okay, now we'll go one by one. The first one is a tangential force. Tangential component PT. So the tangential component is responsible for power transmission. Okay, so whenever the power is transmitted because of this tangential force only. Okay, tangential force is rotating the gear, and if the rotation of the gear will be there, means you are transmitting the power. So here tangential component is responsible to transmit the power. So we can write here PT is equal to power by velocity, force is equal to power by velocity, or you can write it as 2 times torque divided by mean diameter dm. Okay, or you can call it as like torque divided by dm by 2 or torque divided by radius rm. Okay, so you can calculate PT by using